Hey there ninjas, hope you're having a good day. In this video I'm just going to show you and walk you through a website that I sold last year around May 2016, and I sold it for $100,000 US. And this site actually, I only had it for 11 months. I started it, I think it was January 2015, and grew it. Didn't spend all that much time on it, to be honest, but it had like 27 pages. I think there was 11 pages and 16 posts. Some of those pages was just generic ones like contact us, privacy policy, disclaimer, and that kind of thing. But the rest of it was just review pages and general articles helping people with certain problems. So the main content on there were the review pages, and that was where I was trying to get them ranked as best as I could, and actually did rank them really good. But the site actually made about around about $160,000 for that year. So that's including the sales. So it made $60,000 in commissions and $100,000 when I sold it. The reason why I sold it, well, this is what I do. I build sites up and then I sell them for a good chunk of change. The reason why I do sell them is because I know things aren't going to last forever. Anything could happen, and I like to always have an exit strategy in mind when I build a site. And I do keep sites, but a lot of the sites that I do sell, I sell for a reason, and that's either to fund other projects, pay out bills or debts or things like that, or other startups. But this website here, I'm showing you this to inspire you and hopefully motivate you to take action, because to be honest, there wasn't really that much work involved in it. And I'll walk you through. I can't tell you the actual site, unfortunately, because I did sign contracts saying that I wouldn't disclose it, and I have signed a 5-year non-compete contract, so I can't compete against the keywords and things like that. But I'm going to show you and walk you through some of the stats and some of the screenshots I've taken from the listing, and just walk you through what the whole process took for me to sell it and how I got it to that stage. So up here, as you can see, says you sold blah 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 to XYZ for $100,000. It tells you a bit of information about the site that I sold. Now this was on Flippa.com. It was a public auction, but they've made it private to protect the seller. And basically, I had a lot of comments. There's a lot of people that were skeptical about the site because how quick it made money. There was people that were skeptical about the backlink, about the SEO work that I'd done on it. But 118 comments, probably about 60 of those are from me, and that's just me answering questions, going into full detail, being honest, and telling people as much information as possible about the listing and about the site, about the way it was marketed and everything like that. So doing that, just reassuring them, telling them that the site was legit. I gave them heaps of screenshots and gave them access to a whole bunch of things like analytics, Search Console. I've done video walkthroughs and all that sort of stuff to show proof. And because I was honest in my replies and gave as much detail as possible, it actually worked in my favor, and people, I turned a lot of skeptical people into very interested buyers. Now, it only had 12 bids, or it says 20 bids here, 12 bidders. It would have had a lot more than that, only I stopped it at $100,000 because the company that bought it made me an offer, and I said, righto, I'll take it. Now, it did get valuated by Flippa for around like the low end about 80,000, high end about 160,000. So I could have sat on it and probably sold it for a bit more, but I took the offer, and I'm glad I did, because it actually ended up leading into more business with the people that bought it from me, and I sold other sites to them as well. So they were an internet holding company, and they basically buy sites as investments, and once they buy sites that are earning money, once that they regain their investment, well, then after that's all profit, or they could turn around and flip it and sell it. But just to give you an idea of the SEO work that I did on it, this site was sold in May 2016, roughly. The whole process took about a month, but all the keywords that I was ranking for, I was in the top 3 spots for just about every keyword that I was chasing. A lot of number 1s, a lot of number 2s, and a lot of number 3s. And to this day, those rankings are still consistent and still ranking. So what the stuff that I'm teaching you guys works, and it lasts as long as you don't spam and as long as you add value. Everything that I'm showing you guys, like I said, just add value, help people out, and do things right, make the internet a better place, and it will reward you in the long run. It does take a lot more work being like doing it that way, but trust me, it does pay off. So I'll talk a little bit about this site. It was so it was created around June 2015. Had it for 11 months. The site made about $60,000 in ClickBank commissions. It was a ClickBank product. There was a couple of ClickBank products that I was promoting. Now, it did take off pretty quickly. I got it ranking very quickly. It ranked probably in the 2nd or 3rd week that I had it, and started making money. And I think it was the 3rd week I think I made a couple $100, and then after that it just growed. As you can see here, this is the gross revenue and profit table from Flippa. Now it just escalated every month. It was just growing and growing. Had a couple of dips here and there, but this cost section here is mainly refunds that and chargebacks that the product had. I'll go down a little bit further in a second and show you the profit and loss table, but the main costs for this were hosting, which was $10 a month, my Aweber account, which was about $30 a month, and a domain name, which was like $12 a year. So very low costs. Everything else was chargeback and refunds, which is pretty much out of my control. So over here we've got the different channels that the traffic was bringing in. Most of it was organic, so nearly 90% was organic search engine traffic. Did have a little bit of social media traffic here and there, but most of it was just keywords that I ranked, because they were very easy to rank for type keywords. They were trending, and a lot of long tail keywords as well. Now the site only had 2,200 email subscribers, so you definitely don't need a big list to make a lot of money. It's just the way you write your emails and how you go about it. Build that relationship up, and people will buy. Not all these subscribers were buyers. Not all the buyers, I should say, were subscribers. People were buying it without subscribing. This is just an email list. I was offering a coupon for the product, and a lot of people opted in. They get the first email as a coupon. Most people would buy it with the first email, but a lot of people, it took about 2 or 3 emails to get them more warmed up to buy. So the second day, I'd say your email is going to expire in 24 hours, act now. And then the next day after that, I'd send one saying your email is about to expire in 3 hours, blah, 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 just to build some scarcity. Now this is the traffic graph, and as you can see, it started around June 2015 and just sort of exploded with the traffic. Now this probably won't happen for everyone. This was because of the keywords that I went after, they weren't very competitive. The stuff that I was doing SEO wise was nothing really new. It was mainly just Web 2.0s, blog commenting. I think I've done some video links as well, and it was mostly just Web 2.0 backlinks, and I did hire someone to do some extra Web 2.0s as well, and they just worked really, really well. I just made them like little mini sites, and they were very powerful and exploded my rankings. And to this day, like I said, they are still ranking. I also had Tumblr accounts. Now this was one account, had 28,000 followers. So I was just sharing a bunch of stuff on there. I was had it pretty much automated. So I'd upload to PicLoader, and then it would schedule posts every day. So I'd probably post like 10 posts a day for 30 days. And that was just all automated. I had backlinks on that account pointing to the review pages. Now, as you can see here, the time on site and bounce rate was really high. Like the bounce rate was really high. That's because it's an affiliate site. My whole purpose of this site was to get people off my site onto my affiliate link. Majority of them were buying the product. Had a very high conversion rate with a lot of the pages and things that I was doing, and it just worked out really, really well. As you can see up here, a lot of the traffic was United States. Now this is the profit and loss statement. A lot of big sites, when you list them on Flipper or other auction sites, they'll require you to do this. And this just basically gives you a profit and loss statement. That's what it's called. So as you can see, it started off small and just exploded and grew. This number here is a projected 12-month earning. So because it was only 11 months old when I sold it, they added extra revenue onto that of an average of what the months were. So really for the 11 months, it was about 65,000-ish, 68,000 or whatever it was. And yeah, it just says, like, shows you these refunds and chargebacks. Now, refunds and chargebacks are a part of business. They're a part of every business. The reason why these ones were so high is because I had a bit of an explosion with with sales, but also because one of the vendors had a lot of problems with their order page and people weren't getting their product. And I actually contacted them and ended up speaking to one of their web designers and developers and ended up helping, and we ended up solving the problem and got it all fixed. And after that, the refunds went down. Contacted the people that bought the site and they said, yep, refunds have gone back down. So they're still getting refunds, but nowhere near as much as this. But yeah, if you do see a big spike in refunds like that, do reach out to your affiliate manager or to the vendor or whoever owns the product and say, hey, look, what's going on? Noticing heaps of refunds. Can you have a look into things? I was actually getting comments on my blog and replies back to emails from my Aweber account. People were saying, hey, what's going on? I didn't get my product. How do I get my product? Blah, blah, blah. I want a refund. They're asking me for a refund. And I'm like, well, contact support. And because they're so busy trying to work things out, well, people were just getting frustrated and angry and refunding. So, but after we fixed it, refunds went down. It was all good. Here's some screenshots that I took when I had the site. Nearly every day this is just one of many ClickBank accounts that I've got. I sold this ClickBank account with the site, and pretty much everything associated with the site I sold with it, included. So pretty much every day I was checking my earnings. Like when I was getting days like this here, I'd be checking in on it all the time, making sure everything's running good, going, yep, excellent, making money, just on autopilot, you might as well say, because I was at this stage here, I was spending probably an hour a week just checking earnings, checking stats, checking my rankings, making sure everything's running fine. I do try and get a backlink here and there, but spending very little time on the site. And this is just a screenshot from SEMrush today. Now back then, I don't think it had as many backlinks. I think it only had like 100 and something backlinks, but these backlinks have probably occurred organically, because I did ask the people that bought the site if they've done anything. They said no, they haven't done any SEO work. It's all since they've taken over it from me. So I'm assuming it's all organic, or someone's sent backlinks to them. Maybe they might have been bad backlinks, but it did not affect the site because the backlinks that it already has are strong enough to probably protect it. And yeah, as you can see, a lot of them were do follow. Most of the do follow ones were the Web 2 properties, and these other ones were blog comments. So blog commenting, Web 2 properties, wherever you can get backlinks still work a treat. And I do this with my other sites that I have now, and I rank for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of keywords without fail. And yeah, I'm showing you this because hopefully it's going to inspire you. Hopefully it's going to motivate you and show you what is possible and what you can do. Are you going to make a website like this? I don't know. Most likely not. This was a trending topic, and things happen really fast with this site. I've got other sites that took months to actually make a sale or actually get decent amount of traffic, and it just all depends on so many different things. Depends on your niche, depends on how much work you put in it, depends on your content, just depends on so many things. But this will hopefully inspire you, to show you what's possible. I've sold other sites for high five figures. I've sold sites for a couple of $1,000. I've sold sites for a couple of $100. But I've sold a couple of sites now for around the 6-figure mark, and it is, like I said, I build sites up, get them earning a certain amount, and then sell them for a good chunk of change, because I know I can do it again. But I do have sites that I intend on keeping, and it just sort of gives me the freedom to do what I want. If I sell a site for a big chunk of money, well, I can invest it into another site, or I can invest it into something else, or go and buy a toy, or go and buy, whatever I want, go on a holiday. But it's a type of affiliate marketing is the model that I enjoy most over drop shipping, over e-commerce, all that sort of stuff, because I'm basically the middleman, recommending products and collecting commissions just for referring someone a sale. So I'm not saying it's easy. It's definitely not easy. But if you follow a system, or if you follow a or if you actually work hard and stay consistent, well, then you will see results. You will see sales start coming in, and you can make a lot of money from it. So hopefully this inspired you. Hopefully it motivated you. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. This was a site. I'll also just say that selling a site like this, you're going to be signing a lot of contracts. This actually took me about a month going through all the contracts and making sure all the legals were right. Signed heaps of paperwork, signed off on images. I had photos of of my wife. I had to sign that off as well, so they continue using the images. Signed a non-compete. They went over my site with like a very, very intensely. I gave them access to my Google Analytics. I gave them access to my Google Search Console, ClickBank, Aweber. Gave them access to everything, and they went over it, and they were very happy with it, and still happy to this day. But yeah, just selling a big site like that, just expect a lot of work, a lot of stress, a lot of worry, things like that. There was times there I thought, well, maybe they're not going to buy it or go through with the sale, but in the end, everything went smooth. Very happy, and since doing that, I built a few other big sites, and things are looking really good. Looking at selling a couple more sites very soon, and yeah, keep hustling, stay motivated, be consistent, and work hard. good things will happen, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, and if you have any questions, feel free to ask.